What's going on, everybody? It's Big T with GreenWallSt.com. I run a trading community designed to help you become part of the 5% of traders who actually make money in the markets. And today we're going to take a look at how much those 5% of traders actually make. I've been going back and forth a lot of if I should even upload this video or not, and I'm still not super sure. I'm probably going to get my girlfriend to watch this and I don't know, proof watch it and tell me if I should or not. But I just think there's so much, not even like misinformation, but there's just so much different information out there. And day trading like seems like some really vague sort of thing where on one end of the spectrum, you have people that say it's literally impossible and you cannot beat the markets and you shouldn't even try. And then on the other end, people are like, laying in hammocks and trading from the pool, and you're just like, what is the fucking truth here? Like, what is actually happening? Is it real? Is it not real? If it is real, then is it even lucrative? There's even studies out of like the Brazilian and Taiwanese futures markets that say that 97% of traders fail, which I probably I believe that is, especially if you're trading Taiwanese futures. I'd get my fucking ass beat if I trade Taiwanese futures. But the people that even are successful, they don't make more than a bank teller or whatever. So what does, successful trading and day trading in the US markets in 2021 actually look like? That's what we're going to take a look at with my 2021 day trading brokerage statements and kind of walk through the year on a monthly basis, how much I was able to return, and just kind of talk through some of the ups and downs of the year too, and how that affected the P&L. But anyway, we're gonna go to the computer and check it out.
Okay, so as with most years, we're going to start in January. And honestly, even as someone who looks at statements, I say often, I don't look at statements super often. It's a little bit difficult to figure out how this thing got started because it says the opening balance was $34,853 when I'm almost certain that is not true. So at the end of January, the account stood at $82,057.28. I'm pretty sure it started with around 58,000. So this $57,837 number is what we started with. I think the 34,853 wasn't taking into account the equities that were carried over. So those were some swing trades that I had on that obviously I don't anymore. But anyway, that's just to say, started the year with around, we'll call it 58 grand in the day trading account, and ended January with 82. So I'm not exactly sure what the math is on that, but I'm going to say $24,000. 82 minus 58. Wow. I can do math. 24 grand. Okay. In January. And I'm just going to I'll go month through month, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time looking at all the individual trades. I mean, it lists every single trade. This is also, it's important to keep in mind, this is net of fees and commissions. So cool thing about Cobra and the broker that I use is that they pull out each day the borrow fees and commissions. So this is net of all fees and all of that. So the actual gross profit amount will be higher, but this is what really matters is how much you take home. So about 24K for January. Let's see February. So started the month with 82 grand, finished with about 117. I'm just going to kind of roughly calculate this. So 117 minus 82. February made about 35,000. This is like back when, AMC, GameStop was kind of popping off. There's tons of Twitter pumps going on, and there was just a lot of momentum and a lot of opportunity in the markets. And I really, at this size and this account size, which is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't trading huge size. These numbers are not from like one day or one trade. It's from a lot of very small trades. But anyway, 24 for January, 35 for February. And then in March, this actually ended up being my most profitable month of the year. So finished the month of March with $176,000 roughly, minus an opening balance of $117,000, made roughly 60 grand in March. And this was kind of like the culmination of all those things, the meme stock frenzy and and everything that was going on. So it's a good month. Still, wasn't trading huge size, but, it was just all of the volatility and all of the different opportunities that really added up to a really nice month. So already, through the first 3 months, I'm up, 110, 120K, which is good. But you'll see, kind of after that volatility dies down, it starts to get a little bit more difficult to keep that same pace up. So let's check out the next month. This is another month that's hard to read. I'm pretty sure it says the account net worth at this point was 204,000, but I think the equities position, I want to say it's like adding on top of that, because I'm pretty sure I did not make that much in April. Maybe I did. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the 189,722 is what I ended that month with, which is something like 13,000. I think maybe it was 204. I'm not sure. It says it was 204. I mean, if I made that much, I made that much. But let's move to the next one and maybe it'll make more sense. Yeah. So in May, it says that the opening balance was 189,722. So in April, then it made about 13,000. So that was my slowest month so far this year. And then ended with about 216,000. So 216 minus 189.7, about $26,300 in April. So that was good. I mean, that's pretty much what I was pacing. So that was a good month. And then June, I want to say, was a pretty good month, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we started with 216, ended with 255. So 255 minus 216. Yeah, so I made about 39,000 in June, which is pretty good for me, even in like the summer months. Typically things get slower, but I remember June there being a lot of opportunity and a lot of things were still kind of going crazy. It looks like I was trading some BlackBerry down there, so there's still must have been some crazy volatility going on. So here we are at the end of July. Started July with a balance of 255,000, ended with 267,600, and this is really where mentally I kind of got in a bad headspace. So I only, quote unquote, only made like 12 grand trading this month, and in the month of August, that really started to kind of get to me. I think I started August okay, and then I think I like wiped out a week's worth of gains, and I thought like, man, in like a month and a half, I'm only up 12 grand, when at the start of the year I was really pacing closer to like 25, 35,000 a month. And I started at this point to really, if you've watched like the other videos on the channel, I really fell into like the negative feedback loop myself, and I started focusing more on the profits and the P&L instead of just trading the same way that got me to that point. And you'll see what happened in August. So because of those things, August ended up being my only losing month of the year. And I didn't lose a ton. I lost about 4 grand. So started the month with 267,600, ended with 262,700. So it was at 5 grand. So I lost about 5 grand in August. And it was really just a matter of the setups were there. I could have had a great month, but I was so focused on trying to make up for what I thought was a poor July that I just started forcing trades and focusing on the profits way too much. And because of that, I lost money in August. And again, I didn't do any like serious damage to the account or anything, but mentally, you can see how even if you are consistently profitable and like you're really doing well, you can still have those moments where you just kind of get in your own head. And that's kind of what happened to me in August. And we'll take a look at September, and I'll talk a little bit about how I kind of got through that. So in September, I had a few things going on. So really, I only traded for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I went on vacation, but also like the internet at my apartment went out. And I couldn't trade from my normal setup, with the 3 monitors and everything's like big on a 24-inch monitor. And I had to trade from a laptop in my apartment in the living room, because I also had just got a new dog, which he's sleeping right there now. But he wasn't sleeping at the time. You know, he was running around and being crazy, and I had to take care of him. But I had to trade from a laptop in the living room. And for whatever reason, because of that, my mindset changed. So in August, I was forcing, but I thought, you know what? Like, screw it, man. I'm trading from a laptop. You know, I'm going to have to be really patient. I'm going to size down. So I'm going to trade less size. I'm going to wait for the most profitable opportunities because I'm on a laptop. You know, I don't want to try to push the envelope and do too much. I don't have a lot of screens. And in reality, that's what I should be doing all along, is sizing down, waiting for the most profitable setups and just taking what the market gives me. And that change of scenery really changed my mindset and got me back into the positive loop of just focusing on trading well. Because I had a few days where when I was on that laptop, I made like, you know, not a ton, like $700, $1,000. And I was like, dude, what was I doing in August? Like, why was I forcing things so much when now it feels so easy? So in September, again, I didn't end up trading a ton because I was on vacation, but still ended up making, like 17, 18 grand. Which was great. I tried to trade on vacation, but I was in California and like the market opens at 6:30 and I'm not waking up I wake up at 6:30 Central Time. I'm not waking up 6:30 West Coast time. I was on vacation. So anyway, ended September positive 18,000, but the positive mentality that I came out of that month with really carried me through to the end of the year and allowed me to, end on a pretty strong note. So then coming into October, lots of borrow fees, as you can see, like the 29th of September. Is this 29th? Yeah. I think the borrow fees are a couple of days late. Spent like $400 on borrow fees. Like, it was just a lot of fees, and I was racking up a lot in commissions, which I think hurt my performance in October, but still ended the month up close to 17. Yeah, right at 17,000. So not terrible, not great. I think there was a couple of slow weeks in there where there wasn't a ton of opportunity. And, but I thought back to July, and then I thought back to August, and I was like, you know what? 17,000 is not that bad, just for trading and not even spending a lot of time in front of the screens. It was not terrible, so I didn't let that get to me going into November. And then moving on to November. So November is a little bit harder to read simply because I bought some equities and ended up moving them into a longer term account. And the equities are quoted on this statement. And I was down at the end of the month. So my cost basis in PayPal is, you probably can't even see because I blurred it out because it has the QSIP number on there, but 97,125, and I'm quoted at 92,000 here. So this is counting a $5,000 unrealized loss in PayPal, which I'm holding on to forever. And then Roku quoted at 227, and my cost basis is 231. So it's about $1,000 unrealized loss there. So the account net worth in terms of day trading only is about $6,000 higher than what it shows here. So 315.5 plus 6 will give us an ending balance of about 321,000. So 321 minus 297 is 24,000 for the month of November. And then so far in the month of December, it's the 14th as of this recording. I'm up about 15 grand in December. And I don't want to make, any assumptions, but I'm going to say I can make another 10 in the next 2 weeks. I'm trading pretty well, knock on wood. I don't blow my account up or something. But I'm trading pretty small and, trading well, seeing things well. So if I can do another, 25K this month, so I'll just need to make an average of 500 a day. No, 1,000 a day. I have to make an average of 1,000 a day for the next 2 weeks, which should be possible, but we'll see what happens. That will put our accounts 321 plus another 25, about 346,000. Minus the 58 that we started with gives us roughly $288,000 of net profit I'm gonna round that shit up to 290. We'll say 290. Honestly, I could round it up because this is net of fees and commissions. I've made well over 300 grand, but fees and commissions kind of ate into it a little bit, I'm sure. So that's the total. That's my 2021.
So that's it. Roughly 290K net of fees and commissions. So probably a little over 300K gross profit, starting from a $58,000 account. So just top of the head math is roughly a 500% return that I was able to generate. Now, is that the norm? Am I going to be able to do that, compounded every single year? Absolutely not. When it comes to trading, there's only so much liquidity available with certain types of strategies that you need to be in and out of the market at a certain point. And the truth of the matter is things are just not scalable up to like billions and billions of dollars. But I, wanted to show people that if you have the experience, if you have the right mentorship, and if you are consistent day in, day out, because you'll notice like that 300 grand was not made from like one or two random lucky trades. I think my biggest winning trade this year was like 6 grand or something like that. So that is the culmination of hundreds and hundreds of $500 wins, $700 wins, $1,000 wins stacked on top of each other. And it's not luck. And although those returns, aren't, it averages out to like 25,000 a month or something like that. You don't actually make that every month. I made 60,000 in a month, but I also lost 5 grand in August. So over time, I really, you divide that by the 252 trading days a year, it probably comes out to about 1,200, 1,300 a day, which is just the size that I'm comfortable with trading. Of course, I could try to go bigger and, take on more risk and more stress and in order to make more. But at a certain point, it becomes a matter of, do I want to make more with more stress and turn trading into a not so fun activity? Or do I want to wake up and like trade in my sweatpants and make $1,500 and then go fucking just do whatever else I want to do with my day? I'm, at the point in my life where that just seems a lot better. So I would rather do that. Maybe I'll scale up more next year and we'll be here a year from now looking at the 2022 brokerage statements, and maybe it'll be 5 times as much. Maybe I'll suck ass and it'll be 5 times less. I'm not certain. We'll see. The point is, with consistency, with the right education, with the right experience, good things are possible. It's not impossible to do something. Don't ever let somebody tell you that it's impossible. Had I listened to the traditional advice in my life and I didn't drop out of school and pursue professional Call of Duty, I didn't try to make a Twitch channel, I didn't make a YouTube channel, I didn't pursue trading, I would be living a much different life than I am right now. And I never would have known what was possible if I didn't freaking try. But the point is, if you're gonna do something crazy, don't half-ass it, right? Trading and day trading is not something you can half-ass. Same with being a professional gamer or a YouTuber. If you're gonna do something crazy, put 100% of your effort into it all the time. And it's not like a fake 100% effort, like really do it. You guys have heard the stories. I locked myself in a room for like a year. I didn't talk to anybody while I learned this because I knew these types of days and these types of years would come. And now that they're here, I'm glad I did it. So anyway, once again, this video is not to gloat. There's people out there's traders that you don't even hear from that make 10, 20, 50 times as much money as I do. And that's fine. I'm not them. We're all on our own journey. It's me against me every single day. And all I do is wake up and I just put one foot in front of the other and I slowly make my way towards the finish line that doesn't even really exist. I don't know. I'm going to get off on some sort of tangent now. But thank you all for tuning into the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like because I didn't even know if I should upload this shit anyway. But thank you all once again for tuning in. GreenWallSt.com. For a very limited time moving forward, we're still running a 5-day free trial, but it's literally about to be gone. And I'm not saying that as like a marketing thing. It's literally going to be gone in a few weeks. So take advantage of it. Come through, watch the educational material, spend a week inside the Discord, and come see how we do things. And maybe, just maybe, you can start to build some consistency in your day trading and once again become 5% of traders who actually make money in the markets. Thank you for tuning into the video. I will catch you all right back here next time. Peace out, everybody.